We said before the season even started, this was a conference we had to watch. This was a conference where you better make sure Saturday morning, heck, maybe even Friday night, maybe it's during the week, but you go to your local grocery store. If you're on the West Coast, I know Albertsons is a big deal out there. Major Market, when I lived out there, was a big deal. Don't know if it still is. If we're in the Central Standard Time Zone or East Coast, Publix, Kroger, you hear what I'm saying. Like, go get your caffeine. Go get your caffeine because there's a lot of really good football kicking off right around 10:30 Eastern time. We got to make sure we're dialed into those games because these teams will matter when it comes to the college football playoff race. Same deal as the Big 12, Hunger Games style. No divisions, no problems, best two teams, get after it, get to the top of the hill, crown yourself the champion. That's how they roll in the Pac-12, and we love it. To me, there is a clear top three right now in this conference through 6 weeks, and there is a really competitive middle tier. Top three, Oregon, Washington, USC. That's how I would probably put them right now. That's not our prediction. That's how I would probably shake it out right now if I was to grade the Pac-12. The middle tier is fascinating because you got Utah, Oregon State, UCLA, Washington State. The thing with the Pac-12 now, that middle tier that I just talked about, they could be that top tier any given Saturday, which makes for great football, makes for entertaining product, which if you're in power in the Pac-12, you're like, what the heck? Why is this the product we're getting now? Again, they're throwing a party before they turn the lights out is kind of how I'm seeing this thing. And it's poetic and it's wild. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of the world we're living in. So instead of complaining about it, we're going to lean into it and we're going to celebrate the Pac-12 as they do this thing one last time for the best time. There's major cannibal danger here for the Pac-12 because all these teams that I just talked about, for the most part, they play each other these last 6 weeks. Like, it is just an absolute all-out brawl, gladiator style, for the Pac-12 conference with these teams. So let's talk about that top three first. USC is just wild. Like, USC's offense is national title good. Their defense is not, to put it very kindly. It's not national title good. I don't even know if it's conference title good. I don't know if it's even top half of the Pac-12 good. Even with that being said, even with the defense missing like senior skip day, we're going to learn a lot about them this week at Notre Dame. Notre Dame going to play a physical brand of football. They have a chance to really expose USC, and USC has a chance to really kind of bolster their confidence internally by putting something on tape against a good Notre Dame football team. We'll see how that one shakes out. That's kind of USC in a nutshell. Now, Washington, they've also been super potent offensively, and their defense hasn't been USC bad, but the defense I also don't think has been impressive and gives me concern. We're going to learn a lot about them this weekend. They play Oregon. They play Oregon in Seattle. They have USC on the road November 14th, and they're at Oregon State. Those are three huge games that will very, very obviously determine what Washington State does, or Washington does. They also play Washington State at the end of the year. I'm concerned because we haven't seen Washington really be slowed down offensively yet. Like, we saw Arizona do a good job kind of keeping the lid on their offense and not allow the explosive plays deep quite as frequently. I'm concerned about Washington because I haven't seen them have to play different styles. To me, Oregon State rather, is built like Utah Junior. They want to play physical. They want to win the line of scrimmage. They got good quarterback play right now from DJU. They actually just beat Utah in Corvallis, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago. Like, Oregon State's going to be a factor. Utah, I'd like them a lot better with Cam Rising. Washington State, Cam Ward gives him a chance in every single game. He's getting some Heisman love for us here at On 3, and deservedly so. But here's my thing I keep going back to. Complete teams go the distance. Like, this Pac-12 title race, this Pac-12 conference play as a whole is like a road trip, and you need to be built for all terrain. You need to be complete. I don't want a Ferrari. A Ferrari's not going to be an enjoyable road trip. It'll go fast. It'll be great for a joyride. It'll be great to get me from A to B really quickly if it's a short distance. But to go the distance, to go the length of the Pac-12 season, and to feel good about your chances, I like Oregon because of how complete they are. They've got the best pieces as a whole at quarterback, line of scrimmage, skill players. I'm not saying individually those are the best in the conference. I'm saying together, that combination, I think makes them the best, most dangerous, most complete team in the conference. I said it before. If you're looking for a college football playoff representative out of this conference, I think Oregon gives you the best chance to get there and then maybe make some noise when you're there because of how they would stack up with a Big Ten team, with an SEC team in the trenches. So, even with that being said, I think USC is who Oregon ends up playing in the Pac-12 title game. I don't feel good doing it. I actually have a pit in my stomach picking USC to be in that Pac-12 title game. We picked USC to win the Pac-12 going into the season because of Caleb Williams and the offense and what they could bring to the table. I still think the USC offense, again, is national title level good. I think Caleb Williams every single weekend gives you a chance regardless of how bad your defense is. But even with what I just said, I think Oregon is more complete, can play more styles, and I think Oregon ends up beating USC in the Pac-12 title game, and Dan Lanning and company get themselves some hardware. Now, the thing we got to watch with this one, how many losses does a Pac-12 champion have? Heck, let's take it a step further. Is a Pac-12 champion able to get in with one loss? I don't say that knowing the answer. I say that asking the question, is the Pac-12 able to get a team into the conference or to the college football playoff with a conference champ as one loss? Because the Pac-12 too, we just talked about it. We're stacking up on caffeine. Y'all are college football junkies and we love you for it. You're stacking up on caffeine. But are the teams that are the college football playoff committee members, are they stacking up on caffeine? Are they staying up to watch the Pac-12 in real time? I hope so. Because if they do, then they'll get a good gauge for the brand of football being played. If they don't, well, then we have a conversation about, well, why is the Pac-12 not getting love? There's a stigma around the Pac-12 because they beat each other up, that they're not really that good. And so that's a whole rabbit hole that we could dive down. We're not going to do it right now. But for me, Oregon wins the Pac-12 over USC, and they're going to have a chance to be in that conversation on Selection Sunday for us right here. Bird Dogs is also bringing you the hard count today. And we appreciate Bird Dogs, man. They have done a ton for this operation over here with the hard count. One, bringing it to you. Two, getting us fitted for college football season. They got nice polos that are like moisture wicking and they feel good to walk around in. And you look good walking around in them. Here's the big thing for me. This part of the season is always interesting because we transition from that first half of the season wearing shorts. I'm a big shorts guy. Like, you never see my lower body when we're doing this show, obviously, because we have a desk, and that would just be weird to kind of do that sort of format where I stand up. But regardless, you don't see that, but I wear shorts pretty much every single day. Now we're in Nashville. It's getting to run the football weather, meaning it's like getting in the 60s. Heck, when you wake up, maybe it's in the 50s. You can't wear shorts in that kind of weather unless you kind of want to be that guy that just makes a statement that says it's not that cold outside. Don't be that guy. Nobody likes that guy. Wear some pants. Bird Dogs, they've got really comfortable pants that are great for work too. So yeah, they got the joggers. They also got pants that you can walk into the office in and nobody bats an eye and they don't know how comfortable you are. So they look good and they're comfortable. They're functional. Can go outside during your lunch break, run a half marathon in those kind of shorts or in those kind of pants rather. That's how comfortable they are. Get a quick workout in. A little squat day in those pants. You're good to go. Bird Dogs has got you covered. So redeem code JD at checkout and get yourself a little Hydro Flask style water bottle and just kind of keep your beverage cold or hot, whatever you want to do for game day, and they'll make sure they got you locked in. So again, that's redeem code JD at birddogs.com and get yourself set for everything you need when it comes to game day. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.